cuenten una anécdota que hayan vivido en su fiesta de 15 años. Puede ser antes, o sea, en las prácticas, o puede ser alguna anécdota que hayan vivido con alguno de los vendors, o con sus chambelanes el día del vals, o en fin, cualquier cosa que quieran compartir con nosotros. Una anécdota puede ser funny, puede ser chusca, puede ser estresante, porque ahora mirándola para atrás pues debe de ser divertido y reírse de eso, ¿no? ¿Qué pasó? Comenzamos nuevamente.
Definitivamente algo que me acuerdo de mis 15 fue batallamos mucho para encontrar iglesia. Definitely religion to us, to my family, is a very big part of our lives. So having a church was no question. We definitely had to find a church and a venue. But we definitely struggled a lot finding a church and a venue, even though we started planning my quince, I think 2 years before. And still then, we were not finding venues, we were not finding churches. And even just little things, little details that a lot of quinceañeras think it's easy, like the flowers or the centerpieces. We struggled a lot with those too. I think the day of my quince, the florist, she showed up without 2 centros de mesa. And we were like, what are we gonna do? It's gonna look off, it's gonna look weird. But at the end of the day, that's not what matters. What matters is the way you live your quince day and your family and your friends that go to support you. So even though we stressed about finding a church, a venue, the florist, I honestly, that's the happiest day of my life.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, there was a lot of things that went wrong during my quince, but I was so caught up in the moment, in the day, getting ready, dancing, that I didn't even notice. I didn't notice that the flowers got in an hour after the guests arrived. So the guests were sitting down, y aquí vienen los flores. It was a whole thing. And then it was just, there was just a lot that happened. I lost my crown the day of. I don't know where my crown is, to be honest. So I think you just have to just let it go. What happened, happens. And you really can't do anything about it. So you just gotta be happy in the moment. You just gotta keep dancing. If there's music, you listen to the music. You dance. If there's a fight going on, don't look at the fight. Just keep dancing. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Nice.
Something I definitely remember would be after my church, we were in my party bus and I was too busy dancing and the driver randomly braked, so I fell and my crinolina broke. So like at the time of my vals and my surprise dance, I couldn't dance at all. Like I was over here pushing my dress but tripping at the same time. And I had barely started modeling, so it was even harder because in reality I didn't know how it was to have a quince dress on. So it was way harder, but overall I think I just lived in the moment. Like no one even realized I had that problem and I didn't make it obvious. But overall it was fun, like having fun with my family, my friends. I didn't let that like little moment get to me and I just had fun overall. But yeah, that's little cool. Behind the scenes no one ever talks about or sees.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. There's always things happening because it's a live band. I mean,
yeah.
Pero me gusta mucho le comparten de que simplemente just let it go, en que el party, la fiesta sigue, right?
Yeah, show must go on.
Nice. ¿Tuvieron chambelanes? ¿Tú no? ¿Tú?
Yo tuve uno.
Okay. Bueno, para ti que tuviste muchos chambelanes, ¿cuántos tuviste?
Tuve 6.
6.
Sí.
¿Cómo fueron las prácticas? Porque yo me escucho muchos retos que tienen las quinceañeras y las mamás.
They were good, but it was very chaotic because some of my chambelanes wouldn't get there on time. At the end, like, I think it was the day of my quince, some of my chambelanes didn't even have their clothes, their boots, so it was like hard because you had to be on them. But in reality, they would just be playing the whole time, so yeah. And even the day of the quince, I'm pretty sure they messed up, but yeah, it is chaotic having chambelanes. Yeah.
Sí, me toca ver mucho eso y
Yeah.
Pero hay unas quinceañeras que los ponen like right on the spot.
I know, my chambelanes just didn't listen.
Bien. ¿En qué parte de su planeación se involucraron más? Comenzamos contigo.
Definitivamente encontrar mi vestido. The rest of it, I think I did involve myself in a lot of it. My mom obviously helped me a lot. Finding the little details, it was definitely stressful. She always made sure though to make sure that I was okay with whatever we were choosing. I know that a lot of quinceañeras let their parents overtake the planning, and they don't get to choose anything other than the dress. But I think it's very important for a quinceañera's party to be her party, and for her to choose her own things, or at least approve of them. But definitely, I feel like my favorite part and what I involved myself in the most was finding my dress.
Nice. Thank you.
Good. I totally agree. I think finding my dress was my main priority, but definitely the music. Because my family, we are a dancing family. We listen to all sorts of music, and my main thing was to find a band that did everything. So the day of my band was doing cumbias, but they're also doing jazz, but they're doing disco. So we had almost everything there. Also the decorations, because when you do decorations, you have to have the color of your dress. If you have the color of your dress, you can have the color of your table. What about your napkins? What about the chairs? So I feel like as soon as you find the dress, it's a whole chain of reaction. Like as soon as you find your dress, you can find everything else. Because we planned my party in 2 months.
Wow.
In 2 months. So we did everything in those 2 months, decorations. But the main thing, finding the dress. From the dress you can find every other little thing, but the dress is very important.
I'm gonna do double click ahí en eso de que lo planearon en 2 meses. ¿Por qué lo planearon en 2 meses? ¿No querías quinceañera al principio?
No, sí quería, pero como I had a very busy schedule. We were traveling a lot, different practices, performances, bailes y todo, and we did not have time. So rolls around December, we're like, oh, it's in 2 months. So that's when we started rushing it a little bit. It was a blast.
Cool.
Stressful blast.
I would say I was more involved, obviously, in my dress, because ever since I was little, I didn't look at my options. Like, I didn't explore my dress options. I just had one specific dress I wanted. So overall, I was involved in that, but more on the decoration side, because I wanted more of like a specific theme, a child theme. And my parents were like very supportive to that, which I'm happy, because I like how you were saying, it is very true. A lot of parents try putting their like little sense in, but they want their daughter to do a specific theme. But yeah, overall, would probably be my theme, because I wanted like the horses, the chattel theme, the boots, and everything. So I was more involved on that side.
¿Tuviste caballos en tu...?
Sí, entré con un caballo antes de baile y de todo.
Nos mandas el clip. Sí, no, pues genial, genial. Definitivamente todas las fiestas son preciosas, pero ninguna más que la mía, right? ¿Verdad? Cada quien disfruta, por supuesto, su fiesta al máximo. Y pues son bonitas memorias, bonitos recuerdos a tener a través de los años. Me da muchísimo gusto que sus papás hayan hecho lo que hayan hecho para hacerles sus fiestas, y yo siempre digo, las memorias que te quedas con ellas son los momentos que vives, ¿no? Y ese momento, sobre todo cuando lo desean algo tenerlo, y pues es posible alcanzarlo, pues chido. Nice. Ok, y por el otro lado, ¿cuál fue el área en la que no se involucraron? O por lo menos a lo mejor tuvieron que hacerlo, involucrarse, pero preferían no.
Para mí, al contrario que Aleyda, fue la música. Yo en verdad no me involucré en la música. Yo hubiera estado feliz con el simple DJ, because I genuinely thought that my friends weren't going to dance to banda, to mariachi, weren't going to do any of that. So I told them, I'm like, there's no point in wasting money on banda and mariachi if my friends are really just going to dance to a DJ. But I was so wrong. My family ended up hiring banda and mariachi and a DJ, and my friends were up the entire night. It was so fun, and I wish I had made that decision from the very beginning, but I'm glad that it ended up happening anyways.
Nice.
Ooh, something I wasn't involved in was probably the food, because what I did not want was to have normal quince food like birria and like frijoles, and I was like, no, we went Italian. And that's the only thing I wanted, really, so I didn't put too much focus on that. I was too focused on the music, trying to get my mariachi, my banda, and my DJ too. So I don't think I really was involved, but everyone said it was good. But the entire night I was dancing so much, I didn't have food or cake. I didn't eat the entire night. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, probably the food. I didn't do much.
I would probably say the same thing as you, the food, because my dad loves food. So I just gave it all to him, and it was good. Everyone said it was good, but like you said, I didn't even eat my food. Like, I was too busy dancing and like greeting everyone, because I feel like when it comes to like a Hispanic party, you have to go and say hi to everyone. But yeah, I didn't really eat, but my dad was more focused on that side. I didn't even know what we had, but we had a lot of stuff.
Nice, nice. Son no regrets por lo que no participaron. No, si volvieran a tener otra fiesta sería lo mismo. ¿Sabes qué? Esa parte como que nada.
A bailar, a bailar, a bailar.
Bien, bien. Yo siempre he creído que este tipo de reuniones, este tipo de celebraciones, pues reafirman los lazos familiares de amistad, tienen el mismo sentimiento y pueden compartir algo que hayan visto que se haya pues, hecho un poco más, pues que se haya reforzado los lazos de familia después de su fiesta. ¿Podrían compartir algo?
Definitely for me, that was definitely the case. Because my family, we consider our very close friends to be family as well. And we had friends that we hadn't seen in like years, like 10 years. And so them coming to my party and seeing my mom, seeing my brothers and everyone broke out crying. And we're like, oh my God, Almendra's so big. I'm like, oh my God, I barely remember you. But I just know that definitely brought us closer together. I mean, now we have a lot more communication with them. Now we see them more often. And that's definitely something that a quinceañera can do for anyone. I mean, bring family closer together.
I agree. There was quite a few people who I have never really met, but there's a lot of people saying, oh, I met you when you were 1, and look at you 15 years later. I was like, I totally remember you, yeah, obviously. But I think getting to know them, especially people and family who came from Mexico, because if they didn't come to the party, I wouldn't have known they moved to San Diego. Now they live here, so I think that's definitely one of the main things, getting to know family who are moving, or even from Mexico, because in general it's difficult having communication with family from Mexico. So I think giving them the opportunity to come and reach out to us and really see us and bond with each other, I think it was a really good opportunity to mend those communications and miscommunications. It was really good, actually, for the family.
I would say the same thing, my family, because I am very close to my mom's side, not as much to my dad's side, but I feel like that really brought all of us together. And then also friend-wise, I had met like my family friends that I had never met, and they knew me, but yeah, I felt like it brought all of us together, and especially like my close family, my grandparents, my uncle. I feel like it brought us even closer because each of them put like something they've always wanted in a party, like part of my party. Like my grandma never had a quince, but she put a little bit of obviously what she would have done if she had a quince, and I think that's what makes the quince even more special. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. ¿Y cuánto se involucra papá en sus fiestas? En el planeamiento más que y la logística.
Sí.
Oh, for me it was nothing really. The whole planning process, we took it on me and my mom. And honestly, for that, I'm so grateful. I mean, I think we had a really pretty party. A lot of my family members congratulated us, and a lot of people actually thought that my dad did have an involvement in it, especially economically. They always thought, oh, well, they had her dad's help, right? But that wasn't the case at all. My mom paid for the whole party, and I'm so grateful because it came out so beautiful, and I wouldn't have changed anything about it.
For me, my dad was very involved, especially the music. Me and my dad are music lovers. We dance to everything and anything since I was a baby. Also, the designing of the tables. My dad used to work at a hotel. He would work in the banquet hall, so he would be the one setting up tables, doing the designs and everything. So I think that's how we created like a really unique design for the table setup. But he was very involved with even the food as well. Thank God.
I would say my dad was very involved as well, but more on the food side, like the place and all of that. Because I feel like when it comes to dress, the makeup and all of that, it's more of like our moms that are part of that. But yeah, my dad was very involved, especially in the food, because like I said, he loves making food. But yeah, he was involved in it.
Ok, nice, nice. ¿Cuál es el momento que más recuerdan de su fiesta de 15 años? Ahora empezamos contigo.
I would say the father-daughter dance and the mother and daughter dance, because I feel like it's a very emotional like moment, especially like growing up and then you're finally, like they say, a woman when it comes to turning 15. And I feel like overall just the whole process like of like the place, the quinceanera, like it could be very chaotic, I feel like, in between you and your parents. And I feel like that moment was just like a relief, like the day is finally here and it came out good how we expected it. But I would say that portion of my quince.
Nice.
Oh, I think my most memorable time. We had an ice cream stand. We had an ice cream bar in the party, and they give you ice cream with like sparklers that are little fireworks sparklers.
Okay.
And I think that was my most memorable time because it was really good ice cream, and there was like little sparklers, and then everyone singing "Happy Birthday" and cutting the cake. It was super fun.
With those little things.
Yes, with the little sparklers. Definitely my most memorable time.
Wow. Nice.
For me, it was definitely the entrance of the mariachi. My brother surprised me by singing a song with the mariachi, and it was definitely surprising to everyone because one, we didn't even know he could sing, and it was actually very surprising. He did a really good job, and it was just so heartfelt to me.
It's one of those things, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that people don't really think about, but it's the small details that really count in your party.
¿Hay algo que hubieran deseado hubiese sido diferente en su fiesta?
For me, I love my party to the fullest. I really wouldn't change anything, but if I had to, I feel like it would be the photography, videography, because those are, obviously you carry the memories with you, but having them in pictures, having the videos on display is just a different feeling, you know? There's obviously little parts of the party which you're not gonna remember, but going back at the videos, you're like, oh my god, that person was in my quince, and maybe you guys don't talk anymore, but it's the good memories, you know? And I just wish I had a better photographer and videographer, so that's definitely something that I would recommend to quinceañeras, to make sure they hire good photographers and videographers because it's such a memorable night, you don't want to forget anything.
That was good. I think something I would change is my timing when I decided to plan it, because 2 months is not enough time. There are so many small details that I wish I could have involved, like little specific details that are related towards me that people would be like, oh, that's so Aleyda, that I couldn't do because in 2 months you just can't. It's not gonna all work. You can't do it all in 2 months. So I would definitely say plan your quince with time, with a lot of time, everything in advance. Get your dress at least minimum a year before your quince, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Something I would most definitely change, although I love my charro theme in my dress, I would have changed my dress color. Because I didn't really explore my options. I just wanted the dress that I've always wanted, and now that I look back at it, and now that I'm like always in different dresses, I would go back and like change my theme probably to like all black, a black dress and like just all black decoration, yeah. So make sure to explore your options before you choose your quince dress.
Why don't you share what colors you guys used for your quince?
My dress was pink and sparkly and it had a long sleeve. So it was a little bit hot, especially because my birthday was in June, but I definitely loved my dress.
Ooh, mine was turquoise, like a blue-green aqua with little pink little flowers, like those Japanese flowers. And then it was off the shoulders, and it had a cape. It was so fun. It was so fun.
My dress was a white and red chattel dress. It had like a long tail, it had red flowers. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
¿Cómo manejan el traer un vestido tan grande para desplazarse de punto a punto entre tanta gente y por a veces pasillos pues muy cerrados, muy negros? Algunos consejos lógicos que pudieran compartir con las niñas que están planeando su fiesta de 15 años, ya sea en cuanto al diseño de los espacios y por supuesto si ya está diseñado así o por la cantidad de gente que invitaron, pues cómo pueden maniobrar con su vestido.
Definitely always stay aware of your surroundings and aware of how much space you have. Obviously, it's impossible to not crash into someone at your quince, especially with a big dress. People are going to be stepping on your dress, and it's definitely sad because you're like, oh, my dress is getting stepped on. But I think just honestly carry your dress. Pick it up, carry it, or simply just be careful. Be careful not to crash into anyone. Be aware of your surroundings.
That's good. Especially if you have dresses with like long tails. Some places they give you the little clip-on where you can clip the tail of your dress to the back of your dress. That's definitely useful if you have a really, really long train. Definitely clip it up. Or like she said, carrying it, also being aware of who's around you, because it's going to get stepped on. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get ripped. Something's going to fall off and you're not going to find it. So you have to kind of deal with it. But at the same time, if you have another dress, because for me, I got tired of having such a big dress that I couldn't dance in. So I changed out of it and I changed back to my surprise dance dress because it was like a small little dress where I could just dance and dance and dance and dance. So if that's an option for you guys, definitely, use your options. Use what you have already, and if you can't spend the whole night in it, just change out of it.
I would most definitely say the same thing. Like, try carrying your dress. Not so much like picking it up, because you could fall if you pick up your dress from the front, because obviously you're not going to be able to see where you're going. And the tail would be perfect, because sometimes it's even harder. I get that the dress is very big, but the tail makes it harder because it's going to be getting stuck in different areas. But overall, I think it's hard to not bump into anyone because your dress is big. But yeah, most definitely just be aware of your surroundings.
Okay. Consejos que, digamos, un consejo de cada una, de puede ser ya sea cómo seleccionar sus eventos, qué lugares visitar, lo que ustedes gusten, pero un consejo para las niñas que están pensando en tener su fiesta de 15 años.
I would say definitely make sure you have a lot of time to prepare your quince, because like Aleyda was stressed planning 2 months and I was stressed planning 2 years ahead. But I would definitely say take time into consideration. Make sure to check out all your venues, check out all your options, but also enjoy every step. Every step, even if it's stressful, that doesn't matter. I mean, of course in the moment it's going to be very stressful, but on the day of you're going to enjoy it so much. So just make sure to enjoy every step, because when you look back at it, you're like, oh my god, I wish I had enjoyed every single step. So that's definitely my consejo for quinceañeras.
Yes.
I think one of mine is to really plan out and write out step by step the outline of the day. I think that's very important. From the minute you wake up, what time is your makeup ending, what time you're doing your hair, what time you're gonna eat, what time is your dance, your vase, your everything. I think it's very important to write it out. That way if there's anything that overlaps, if you're doing the shoe ceremony or the crown or the teddy bear, definitely put that into consideration and into your schedule if that's something you are planning to do, because I think it's very important that things don't overlap and there's too much going on at once. Also taking time to have dinner. What time is this happening? What time is this happening? I think definitely writing it out, seeing it all, like step by step, is very important.
Something I would say would be keep your options open when it comes to your theme, your dress, the photographer. Just like she said, she had a bad experience. And I feel like most importantly, the decoration as well, because I feel like you can just go see someone on Instagram and like directly just get them, when in reality you don't even know if that's how the arreglos are gonna get there, or your dress or like that. But just definitely keep your options open. And a consejo I would say, like towards the day of your quince, would be to just live like the moment and not let the negativity get to you, or if it's chaotic or if anything, because I know we focus more on the bad side instead of the good side, and overall you're gonna enjoy your day and have fun. So yeah, most definitely just live in the moment.
Más frecuente de lo que quisiera, I find quinceañeras que they struggle a lot with the crinolina. Dicen que les cala muchísimo. Me ha tocado algunas que lloran porque se las quiten un rato. ¿Cómo pudieran prevenir ese issue, o a qué se debe ese problema? ¿Es problema que ustedes vivieron o que ustedes viven porque son modelos de vestidos de quinceañera? ¿Tienen ese problema y qué hacen para minimizar esos issues?
Definitely modeling quinceañera dresses, I think all three of us could agree that more often than we would like to admit, the crinolina hurts us.
Oh yeah.
One thing I would definitely suggest, something that I did at my quince, and I'm so surprised that my crinolina actually didn't hurt me on the day of my quince, but that's because I had long shorts. So make sure if you're having your quinceañera soon, buy shorts that fit you up, that fit you pretty high, so that way when your crinolina ties, it's not tying against your skin. That's what I would recommend.
I think a lot of people underlook crinolinas because they don't think it's as important, but I think investing in a good one, especially for the rings, for the metal rings, that's what holds your dress up. That's very important. So I think if you invest in the cheap one, they're probably gonna sink, and once they sink, you can't really walk in it, or the tail's already behind. So I think investing in a good crinolina to really hold up your dress for the entire night, because there's some that don't last at all, and that's what you need to keep your dress. So I think investing in a good one is very important.
I would say that the same thing as Almendra. I think what helps us, because we go through the pain of the crinolina hurting us, would be the high-rise shorts. you could buy it like at any local store, and it does help a lot because I feel like it'll still hurt, but it'll minimize the pain. But yeah, the high-rise shorts.
Voy a hacer unas preguntas muy cortitas. Igual pueden elaborar y decirme qué es lo que piensan de ellas. Pero la primera es sneakers or sleepers.
Oh, that's a really good question. For me, personally, sneakers. I feel like I can dance better in sneakers. I can run in sneakers just in case of anything. So I wore sneakers on my quince. So that's my preferred option.
I wore sneakers. I wore customized Converse because that is my preferred choice of sneakers.
Okay.
I think for the photo shoot, you can wear heels if you want that extra lift, because that's what I did. For my photos, I wore my Chinese laundries because they gave me that boost so I could really walk around, and it looks nicer in pictures, I'm gonna be honest. But for the day of, sneakers, 100%. They're more comfortable. You can do anything in them.
Well, I didn't wear sneakers or sandals the day of my quince. I wore boots, and they're very comfortable. But if I had to choose in between sneakers and sandals, I think I would say depending on where your quince is going to be at. Because if it's indoor, I think you could wear sandals. But if it's outdoor, I would recommend sneakers.
No, the boots are a really good option as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're comfortable. They have the tacón, pero no son as big as.
2 in 1.
There we go. Yeah, okay. Tiara o tocado?
Tiara. I have to go with the tiara. I don't know. I'm into that very princessy look. And I know tiaras or crowns can sometimes be very heavy. But honestly, I love tiaras. I'm going to have to go with the tiara.
Tiara all the way. I wanted to be a princess. I had my crown. If I knew where it was, I would show it. She's gone. We're not gonna see her anytime soon, but she was beautiful. My tiara came with matching earrings and a necklace. So if y'all can get that, that's pretty good. It matches all the way. But tiara.
I would most definitely say tiara. I feel like the day of my quince, I wanted to feel like a princess, just like you guys said. So I feel like that did make me feel like the princess I wanted to feel like.
Okay. DJ or banda?
Oh.
If you would have asked me this the day of my quince, I would have said DJ. But I feel like over time I've definitely grown like a love for my culture. I mean, I've always loved my culture, but especially now that I'm getting to explore more options, see how my culture is really presented, I honestly prefer banda. I think banda, it's very upbeat, it's very alive, and it's something that at least my family really, really enjoys.
I would say banda as well. Like I did say though, my band was of everything, of all genres. So I think any live music, anything live, I need to feel it when I'm dancing.
I would definitely say banda because I grew up with banda and dancing to banda, and I feel like when it comes to my side of the family and my friends, once they hear banda, they all stand up running to the dance floor to start dancing. So yeah, definitely banda.
Banda, nice.